Hello and welcome, stitching friends. I'm happy to be here. My name is Natalie from Natalie's Stitching Studio, and today I have some cross stitch, some slow stitching, and a little. I'll talk about my sewing a little bit too at the end. In my cross stitch, I have two fully finishes. I have some whips, and I didn't have haul for it this month. But and after that I have my slow stitch, which I'm happy to show you one finish in there. And well, that's it. We're in the middle of summer here in Quebec, in the province of Quebec. I was away for about 10 days with my husband, and we went to Nova Scotia, which is another province in Canada. We spent some time at the beach well, I say at the beach because the water was so cold that we couldn't get in there, but the temperature was beautiful, the nice long white sand beach, and we could eat some lobsters, and it was a nice holiday for us. So came back, and when I wanted to say that when I'm on holiday, I know some people are able to stitch in the car or to knit in the car, or I'm not able to do that. Even on holiday, I'm so distracted by everything that I can't. I don't seem to be quiet, and and I like this time because it's different from home, and I want to see everything and to feel everything. So I brought some things, but I didn't work on them. So it was a 10-day gap in my stitching calendar. So, but it was great. It was really, really nice. We had nice weather, and yeah, it was a great holiday. Um, so for my cross stitch today, I have, like I said, two finished object, fully finished object, or finally finished object, might I say. The first one is, wait a minute, where did I put it? Well, yeah, it's here. My first fully finished object is a project that I began a while ago, a few years ago. I began and I finished it a few years ago. I started it at Stitch North in Toronto. It's Antique Locks and Keys by Shakespeare Peddler. And since I was at I bought the chart there, and since I was in at the retreat, I bought the strands there, the floss there. So my floss is by Brin and Needle from Newfoundland. I'll show you. So this is a beautiful thread by Brin and Needle. They're a little company in Newfoundland. It's a beautiful variegated thread. So and the color is Ask Your Mother, but it's spelled a little bit differently. I'll try to show you here. It's spelled a little bit differently from what we're used to. That makes it so funny. Here we go. So this is the pattern. It was it called for 36 count, but I was just starting cross stitching at the time, so I made it on, wait a minute, 27 count Linda by Zweigert. So I bought my fabric at the time and tried to do this project on 27 count. And here is the result. I'm pretty happy about it, though I'm not used to that kind of color in linen. I find it a little bit yellowy, and I had a hard time to fully finishing it because the color didn't suit me. So I took some fabric from my stash and some ribbon here to put on the side, as you can see, and finished it like that so I can hang it in my sewing room. Pretty happy about the result, but like I said, I found it hard to find a fabric that would match the linen color. So, but I'm happy with the result. Yeah. So this is my first fully finished object, and this is the finally finished object because it took me so long to finish it, to fully finish it. I'm gonna put this here. The second finished object, I showed you my my progress on that on the last video, and I'm very happy with the result. It's my garden house by Plum Street Design. I finished it into a drum like it was showed on the pattern, and I used the called for Week Dye Works plus DMC when I didn't have the Week Dye Works, and it's on 36 count Valley Forge linen by Linen and Flax. I made the drum with fabric on the top from my stash, so it's a little, I can show you here, it's a little flower pattern on the fabric, and this is the bottom. And what's important to say, because I want to give credit to her, I used the video tutorial by Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher, and she made the Mary Alcon sampler drum, yeah, on her tutorial, and it was so well made. I followed every step, and look at this drum. I'm so happy with it. Yeah, the colors, here it is. You have the same flowers on the other side, and the little bee skip, I think it's called, I don't know the name. And here is the house. So very happy with that finish, and it's the first drum that I finished that I can put in my living room, and I'm very happy with it. So here's my fully finished object. And what did I work on after that? I worked on well, I have a finished object, but not fully finished, and it's gonna be a swap from for Canada Swap. It's organized by the Stitching Owl Karen in Canada, and we were asked to make a pattern, to make a stitch with a pattern from a Canadian designer, but I wanted to use something that I have in my stash and with the fabric I had, so I used the Blackbird design pattern, and I used the linen I had. So it's I worked on The Last Rose of Summer by Blackbird Design. Here's the picture. Let me show you. Well, yeah. This is the pattern I used. It's Last Rose of Summer from Blackbird Design, but I didn't do the stitching on the right and on the left here. I wanted to make a round finish to put on a papier-mâché box. So I finished the stitching this week, and I put it on a circle. Wait a minute. I already put it here. This is, wait a minute. Okay, this is okay. So I put it on cardboard to finish it, and this is the papier-mâché box, and I want to paint it before I put the circle on top. So this is going to be a finish this week, a fully finished this week. I'm very happy about it. I think I love this so much. I think I'm gonna make one for myself because I really enjoyed filling all those flowers and the colors with the blues and the greens. It was, it was just a joy to stitch. I really, really enjoyed it. So it was in this little portfolio I made with my friend Marie's, and we did this portfolio for putting our projects in. And here are the threads. I used the DMC called for on 36 count parchment by Week Dye Works, and these are the threads. And I have a little floss drop here with a bird. Whoops, sorry about that. With the little bird. And these are all the called for DMCs for this project. Pretty happy about how it turned out. Look at this. It's gonna be so cute. I want one for my sewing room. I was wondering if I would put some fabric inside because, you know, it's always nice. I'd probably put some paint the interior, but I was wondering if I would put maybe some fabric that goes with the finished product. So I'll see. I'll check my fabric to see if something comes up. So this is another finished. And I've been working, what I've been working on for the past few weeks. There's another project I showed you last time. It's another drum by Blackbird Design. And I've been working on this a little bit, not too much, but this is the drum. It's Rose Hips and Ivy from Blackbird Design. It's in this beautiful book, The Sewing Club, that I bought at Hobby House Needlework when I was there in April. So yes, I want to make, like I said already in my previous video, I want to make a few drums, well, as many as I can, and without being bored with that, but drums for decorating my house. I find them very attractive, and with different height and different width. I think, yeah, in some little place in my house, it would be really, really nice. So this is the project. And oops, sorry about that. I need to find my piece. Here it is. So this is my progress. The last time I showed you this piece, I was working, I think, on the basket on the left, and yeah, that's where I was. I had some border made. Now I just finished the border and worked on the little basket in the middle. It's a fruit bowl, and I didn't have much done, but I really enjoyed this piece. It's really, really beautiful, the colors. Yeah, it's a Blackbird design. It's always beautiful. So now I'm making the fruit bowl. Really enjoying this project. It sits in my little bag that I made. This one with fabric from my stash. Really like it. It's always fun to take a project that's beautifully settled on its little bag, and with all the threads. Here are the threads. Oh, I didn't show you the thread. Yeah, so this is a little floss drop here. Here we go. And these are the threads. I use all the called for. Sorry for my poor pronunciation. I use all the called for, except for two. Well, there was Cinnabar. Wait a minute. Yeah, I use Cinnabar. I use DMC instead of Cinnabar. Sorry, I used 3859 DMC because I didn't have Cinnabar. And in place of brick, I use DMC 902. Here we go. And the other threads are all the called for in Week Dye Works. Here it is. Very happy. Can't wait to finish this project, to have another drum to make and to display in my house. So this is that. Just a little bit close up. Here we go. The next project I was working on is Spooky Summer, that was started by Tara from Solid Stitches. Sorry about that. Spooky Summer is that you take a project that is that represent fall or Halloween. I started to make the big strawberry in Winds of Autumn by Blackbird Design. I realize I have lots of Blackbird Design on the go now. So this is the big strawberry. Love it. The colors of fall. It's funny to think about that when we're in the middle of summer, but well, it's nice. So I don't have a big progress in that too because I worked a lot for finishing some pieces, but here is my progress on that little bird, big bird, I would say. You can see that I miscount very badly. The motif on the shoulder of the bird should be full, and we're supposed to see it in its entirety. I didn't count well. I don't know where the error is, and I decided to keep it like that. It's probably a miscount of 1 or 2 stitches, but I'm not sure I want to recount it all. I'm not sure I want to redo it all, so I think I'm gonna live with it. This bird is pretty big, so if I made a mistake at a place that I don't want to restart. But yes, I made a little progress on this, and I'm happy with it, even if it has an error in it. So this is and it stays in this beautiful bag. The fabrics are from Acufactum, from the Acufactum Club by Willow Cottage Company in Canada and United States, or by Nikki Franklin Stitchery in the US and Europe and Australia. So this is the exterior fabric, and here is the interior fabric, and it's all made with Acufactum fabrics. Really enjoy working on these with these fabric. They're really good quality. If you're a little bit of a sewer and you like to make your own things, this club is very nice, because you have 4 fabric each month, 4 different fabric depending on the season too. So it's very nice to have to receive that in the mail each month. So this project sits in there, and these are the beautiful flosses that goes with the bird, and the floss drop here, and the colors. Look at that, those browns and gold and orange. They're very beautiful. So this is oh, it's called, well, I wanted to tell you what the pattern is called, because the book is Winds of Autumn, but First Winds of Autumn is the name of the pattern in this beautiful book by Blackbird Designs. So here it is. The next project I worked on is Le Grand Marquoir by Isabelle Harcourt-Vautier. Isabelle Harcourt-Vautier. She's a French woman, and she makes nice, very nice patterns. And this is an abecedarian, and it's called a Grand Marquoir, yes. And it lives in my beautiful bag by Evertote, yes, in Canada. And if you want, I'll put all the information I have for Evertote and for the other patterns or things that I can relay to you. So this sits in there, and this is where this pattern I want to work for 1 block a month, and I'm trying to do that. Well, the month of July is not quite finished, so I'm not late, but it needs to be finished. This block needs to be finished. So here it is. I've worked on this. Last time I showed you, I've finished this one with it, which is the letter E. And the yesterday or 2 days ago, I worked on this, and I need to finish it. It's all bird houses. Here we go. It's very fun working on this. It's 28 count linen. I don't know which one. And it's the color is DMC 154. It's a deep purple color, and I very, very much enjoy working with it on this fabric. The color is really beautiful. I don't know if it shows, but it's a deep purple there. I really like it. It's beautiful. So this is the other one, and this is my thread. Yeah, we can see here that the thread is purple. Yeah, I like it a lot on this fabric. So this is all I worked on for my my cross stitch. I worked on all those things this month, and really enjoyed making. So, you know, I like to alternate to make some, I like finishing my pieces, so I really like to alternate between stitching my project, but then after that I'm quite anxious to finish it, fully finish it, and so that's why I don't spend as much time sometimes on my stitching, because I use my time to stitch, to sew a lot too, to finish my pieces and to make other things that I like, project bags and wardrobe, and you know, many things out of the cross stitching. So now it's time to show you my slow stitching. In my slow stitching, I put everything in that little basket. Here we go. We have here, I want to show you, I'll show you here, I have some silks. I have my my threads here that I use. I have my fabric underneath, some little pieces of fabric in that little box I show you, some remnants that I like to put in my slow stitching, and embroidery floss too. Here we go. These are the Wool and Silk by Sherry Iris. I'll put her name below with her she's got a YouTube video, so well, mini YouTube video, a channel, I must say. She has a YouTube channel, and she dyes all those beautiful embroidery threads. So I have a finish in slow stitching. Last time I showed you, I I had this piece of cloth, and I told you that I dyed it with some real flowers here and under this flower here. And what I made is a needle book, and here's the front. So we have, I use the threads by Sherry Iris. I use those threads to embroider the flower. It's all made by hand. I didn't put any stitch with my machine on that. It's all made with my hands. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I really enjoy taking time to make every stitch, and you know, I find it's a different way of doing things. And I was reflecting on that because we, in our time, we're used to use a lot of machines, and you know, we have many things at our disposal, and we have, sometimes we hear about problems with performance anxiety or perfection anxiety. And I find that doing those things by hand, doing little projects by hand, you can't, you know, you can't be perfect, you know, you can't perform because it's slow, and it's not, we don't use, I don't use rulers, or I don't, you know, I don't count, or so it's pretty different. And it, when I do that, I reflect on my way of doing things daily, you know, and it really makes me happy to 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 uh, to do things slowly, even in some old method. Or so that's why I like those little projects. So here it's embroidery here too, and this is a piece of silk. I'll show you what I use for that. It's hand-dyed silk carrier rod fiber. So I use, these are little cocoon, silk cocoons that are dyed, and after that they open them like this, and you can use a piece of it and stitch it on whatever you want. I have a cocoon here that's already dyed. You have you can hear the insect inside, and so they boil the cocoon, and then you can, if you want, I don't do that, but if you want, you can unravel the thread of the cocoon. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little thread that you can unravel and turn. Here we go. So this is, and it's already dyed. And then you can buy this with sorry about that, it's really hot in here. They open it, and you can try to take a piece. You take a piece like that, and whatever inspires you, you can stitch with it, you know. It's really, really, really interesting. I love those little things made from nature. It makes me so happy. So I use that for the little pink here, and I embroider on top of it. It reminded me of a flower bud or something like that, a tulip. And on the other side, I used again some silk here, and I embroider on it, and then I made a bouquet of flower here. Hope you can see the color well. And I put it, all of this sandwiched, and it's a little needle book with some wool. So this is my needle book project on Slow Stitch. I really like it. I really enjoyed myself making it. So these are my little piece of fabric, piece of silk. You can have them in different colors. It's called Fiber on a Whim. I should look and see if they're still. I don't think it's the same company that does the linen, but I'm gonna make a little search and write down everything. And these are other cocoons in different colors. Little eggs. They look like little eggs. So yeah, I put all of this in my slow stitching right now. And the other project I made, when I finished my knittle book, I decided to start another one. And for that one, I used the Sherry Iris slow stitching class that she gives right now. It's free classes. You can go on, I'll put her link down below. You can go and see her her way of doing this these stitches. So I decided to go along with her, and I decided to make a cushion cover for this project. So it's a little bit longer than the other one that I made, but I really enjoy making those slow stitch. You piece all the fabric together in a certain way. She made it very clear in her video, and then you put some embroidery around each stitch, each piece. Here we go. I'm gonna put this little border here, and you can put the color you want. You put all your scraps of fabric. Look at this little blue here. It's a little piece of fabric, and I did it like a log cabin block from quilting. So you put the center first, and then you go around with all your fabrics. You put one piece here, and then the other one here, and you go around like that all the way till the width and the height is to your liking. So can't wait to finish this one. I really like it. This little bird makes me smile. So this is my project, my slow stitch project. And the last one I wanted to show you is a wardrobe project, a sewing project. I made this dress. I tried to show it to you. It's a long dress. It goes to my ankles, and it's very summery. I just changed the how do you say that in English? Encolure in French. I just changed the way it's open here, and I have a nice dress for summer. It's very it's a little bit large, but it's airy and very comfortable for the hot weather. So I guess it's all I have for today. So I hope you enjoyed watching my video. If you liked it, I hope you'll subscribe. You can like too and comment, please. I like to read your comments. I respond to all of them for now, and I hope you have a nice summer. I hope you can stitch your heart out, and hope to see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.